Welcome to DUBturbo 2.0, tutorial video number 3. We're going to go over all the different types of genres you can do it quickly in here and the tempos and stuff you work with. I'm going back in to re-record this intro to say a quick apology in advance and to turn your speakers down a little bit. I take a lot of pride in recording these videos. However, for this one, unfortunately, I have to line up my mic volume, my sound card volume, the beatmaker volume, my mixer volume, and on a rough draft without testing everything first, and doing a quick little export first, knowing what drums I'm going to use first, then unfortunately sometimes it'll redline, and so I had to go back in, chop half of this, and it might seem a bit confusing, but turn your speakers down a little bit. Apologies in advance, and we'll try not to make this happen again. Enjoy the video. What we'll do here is just go over the various popular genres out there so you guys can start out your hip-hop, R&B, reggae, house, or jungle very quickly. What I'll also do is demonstrate once again the difference between doing your beat at 90 or doubling it up to 180 to achieve double quantizing, because we don't do manual changes in quantizing. So to demonstrate that, I'll throw in one bar by just clicking and then clicking, holding, and dragging on layer 2, and I'll make both of these the same kit. Hip hop 8. We'll change this one to hip hop 8 as well. Okay, so first thing I'll do is just loop this first guy. We'll build a little quick beat. Whoa. First one we'll do is at 90. Add a couple hi-hats. One more there. Okay, and then the same thing I'll do here. I'll mute that for a second. Except here I'll build it at 180. And I'll achieve the exact same thing, but doubling it. And then I'll show you why I doubled it. Okay, so it's twice as big, but it's being played twice as fast. So essentially, before, here, let me finish. Oops. Okay. And then we'll mute that, go back to layer 1, 90. Again, just to show you guys that it's exactly the same. Now we'll do something special. Well, not special, but just the difference. See if I have any other little... No, actually, I'll use the same hi-hat. I can't do that here. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots between the fades. So that's my, individuals, my 4/4 broken down. So what I'm basically trying to say is I can only do 4 notes here between the hit and the snare. Here between the kick and the snare I can do 8 because I've doubled it and I've stretched it out twice. So listen to the difference in, I guess what I can just basically do is copy this guy over. Same thing. Oops. I can only fill in so many spots in there, where at 180, now I can really roll each sound much, much better. That pattern doesn't sound too hot, but you get the idea, right? So there's a quick first little how to double up and why to double up. We'll start over now. Just click new, I guess. And this time, I'll build out a quick reggae beat. And we'll also do this at double timed. Maybe I should do both to demonstrate both. Why not? And we'll try to keep it the same as we did in the last tutorial. So first we'll do the 1, and we'll loop it. And we'll also demonstrate that you can use whatever kits you want, even though it says house. Doesn't matter, we can still make a nice reggae beat with it. I don't like that. I like that though. And that's house 3. We'll change this to house 3. We'll do the same thing. Okay, so here we already have the first one. Oops. Hey, hey, hey. I've always been charismatic and tall, jaded, dramatic and bald. Double dares managing all, so I'ma choose some truth. Hey. You can call it whatever. Hip hop, reggae hop, hip hop reggae, refix, remix. And then here, we'll do this one at 190 and achieve the same thing, except it's halves, right? So it'll be here, here, here. Whoops. Whoops. And then the same thing with the hi-hats here. Turn them down a little bit. Actually, sometimes the hi-hats even sound good, just overlaid right over the drums or the kicks. We'll bring this down. With reggae on the 4s and on the 8s, you tend to, well, with most music, you have your little fill in before it drops back or to the next set. Or whatever little funky pattern and break you want to throw in there. Okay. Next. Okay, so what we'll do here now quickly is go over a house beat. House usually tends to stick between 110 to 150, 160-ish before it starts turning into trance, Rotterdam, really fast shit. So we'll go, actually we'll leave it at 120. It's a nice, slower house. And again, you don't have to use an actual house kit. You can use any of these as long as they sound good. But I will go to the house because I do like the kits. What I usually do with these is build out my first 2 bars like I have here, and I'll build them up pretty full, and then I'll strip them going backwards from 16 bars backwards. So that's what I'll kind of demonstrate here. Usually house has the signature style thump, right? My bad, take that little guy out here. Okay, another thing usually has is a hi-hat right in between all of them. And I'll turn those down a little bit. Except we'll reverse it. This will go here, and this one will come up. Okay, and it also has claps. Put that on every second kick. What a nice clap. I like that. Funny how it looks like a bit of a Tetris game after a while, doesn't it? Just the patterns become so repetitive. Your eyes starts turning wonky on you, and it just looks like funny little faces and blocks like in Tetris. At least to me. I know I'm weird. Okay, and snares. So we'll do the same thing as the claps, but then we'll offset them. So we'll go kick, and then second kick, snare, and then we'll go kick, offset to onset. Kick, snare, kick, offset to onset. Watch what a cool little unique contrast this gives it. Okay, and we can do that on all of them. So they all go, and just to demonstrate it. Having them right close together like that, once in a while, not everywhere, but once in a while also sounds good. Okay, that's how you start integrating little bits of breaks into your house, so it's not just repetitive thump thump or thumps thumps. You can also do the same thing with the hi-hats. Again, I'm just being random. This might sound shitty. Yeah, a little too much there, a little too much there. Now that other hi-hat doesn't sound good with it, so we'll just get rid of that guy too. Okay, so we're starting to come to a close here. I'm going to use the crash once in a while, but not yet. Shakers, always. Love shakers. They usually come in at the peak of the beat when everything else is going. And like I said, I'm going to work backwards and strip it afterwards. So for now, that's going in there. In fact, I'm going to fill it right in the little breath spot there. And there. Nope, not even going to let it breathe. Just turn it right down a little bit. Okay. Going to grow this out to 32 and immediately go 1 and do a little change up in here somewhere. Maybe get rid of some of these so it's not so full. But more importantly, we're going to okay, and that's actually so full that I'm gonna have to move it over. I don't want to repeat it that often, so it'll just be on the 4th. So now I have 1, 2, 3, and then I change up on the 4th. We'll copy all these guys over. However, as of here is where this is really gonna start. So here going backwards, in fact, I'm gonna use this one. Here going backwards, we're gonna strip it. Stripping beats. Okay, so we're going to keep that one actually. No, we're not. We're going to move out all of these. Bit of a slow manual process, but whatever. Good beat building takes time. Then, actually, those two are good. And then we'll move that one back again. Open it. Get rid of the claps. So it'll be like that for 2. And then one more. And open that. And we're going to get rid of the hi-hats. For 2. And then last but not least, the snares. Okay, and then just to demo this also. Okay, and then here we'll also add our crash. To demo this, we will also add a roll. Doesn't even have to be a roll like we did in the last video. You could just grab any kit, grab any snare. So it just kind of builds into itself and then drops. And then it's supposed to be back 1 here before the actual beat drops in. And we can probably add it here too. Okay, I'm making this too long. Let's go. Okay, I'll do one last thing here, and that is to bring these snares down, first of all, and then secondly, to give you guys at least a sneak peek at what you would do with your keys. Oftentimes, the kick bounces off of a quick bass in between all the kicks, so we try to find a quick bass sound that doesn't last too long, just a quick. So again, the kicks are on the ones, 1, 1, 1, 1. We'll alternate that. So it'll go kick, 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 and then we'll drop it down to the G. Okay, it's too cheesy. You gotta find a better one than that. You get the idea, right? But still, we'll try to find something better. That's nice. We'll now move into jungle. Two bars. I'll go to 170-ish, 180-ish. Whoops. Open up my bars. Move down to jungle. A lot of the time with jungle, I have no clue what it's going to sound like until I'm kind of done at least half of it. I like to start with my hi-hats just to do my little rolls. Oops. See how random that was? I have no idea what it's going to sound like, but it's probably going to sound pretty dope. Okay, and then we start adding our main hits. All right, there's no way I could have planned that. I mean, it's very intelligent drum making, beat pattern making. But again, unless you're playing with jungle day in and day out for months on end, you start depicting all these in your head beforehand. It's hard to know what it's going to even sound like. You know, I usually get to this step and then start rearranging the drums until they sound exactly how I kind of want them. But now we can just switch kits, see what it sounds like. Maybe it sounds even better on something else, on one of the other jungle pads. A little bit too strong on there. Try this one. Not bad. Okay, so the first one I had sounded kind of good. And what we can do as well, what I'll do quickly is change up all these guys here. I'll have to actually duplicate that. All right, hold on 1 second. Before I do that, let's get that back up there. We'll go to 4. And just like with the other tutorials, we'll copy that over and we'll just change it up a little bit. Okay, so what I'll do here now is go to 16. We're going to use the same 4 bars over again 4 times, but we will bring them down each time to a different layer. And all of these will be jungle. And again, for the sake of the tutorial video, I'm just going to be random. So that's jungle. That's jungle 2. The first one's jungle 3. This will go to jungle 4. And then to be even more random, I'll go like that. Why not? Okay, totally random jungle. You see how fast I made it there. Add a little bass line. Why not? We'll do that quickly. Okay, I had to reopen this file to re-export this beat because the volumes were way too loud and it just blew the shit out of my speakers. Not literally, but it blew my ears at least. So I added a few voxes, some sirens. I'll spare you guys going in here and showing you past a quick look.
Bring the beat back. Come again.
All right, there's the samples I'm using, and sirens are literally stuff like that. The rolls are just like the other tutorial videos. Bass line, very easy.